This is the finale episode of building LEGO Ravenbrook City. Finally, you will be able to see the result of 7 months of work. These are 5 buildings combined into one huge mock: the hunter's house, neighbors, the barn and the museum. And in this video, we will build the bakery and recreate the custom minifigure of Gerda, and one of the largest LEGO mocks on our channel will be completed. And if you want to see LEGO stop motion in this city, then I just ask you to get 10,000 likes on this video and write any comment. Let's go! I've done the gray frame on the front side of the city, which hides the inside of the structure, the various columns and supports for the platforms. How many gray bricks just went into this frame? And the empty green area is already waiting for us, and I still have a lot of building to do. The bakery in the game is a bright and beautiful building with a large terrace, where there are tables with umbrellas and a pretzel with a sign on the roof. In terms of the complexity of the building, I would put the bakery in second place, of course, after the museum. Let's start with the terrace. The whole difficulty is that its base has a wide angle, and it's good that I found white parts with the required slope, which I put on top of the red bricks. And to hide them in front, I attach tiles. On the right we repeat the same thing. And inside we cover everything with plates. For the first floor I built a very fragile structure with huge black windows, leaving only an opening for a door with a white frame. And so we had to tinker with the doors. Glass in the center, white handle, and most importantly semicircular shape. And in the end, let's improve the first floor. There should be red and white awnings on top of each window. The door is in the center and it fits neatly into the frame. On top of the entire floor there is a white window with lanterns. And finally, on both sides of the entrance there are small columns. It looks great. And here is the roof for all this miracle. We just put it in the right place, and now the most interesting thing, the bakery signboard. At the beginning there is a blue post and beam for attaching letters, with the word Cabery. I have no idea what it means, but apparently it's also a play on words, as in the sign at the museum. Cabery goes very similar with the word bakery. It was very difficult to create a pretzel. I had few orange parts and had to make it from everything I had. It turned out to be some kind of garbage, but I have nothing better. And now there is one problem: there was no place left for the second half of the bakery. As you can see, a path has been built almost point blank that leads to the museum. Because of this, I decided to turn our building over and put it on its side. This way, there is nothing in the way behind and you can build a bakery right up to the mock border. Having removed the walls for a while, I decided to detail the terrace with brown details. And here, more than ever, the package with LEGO pieces from the last episode came in handy. And it's hard to believe, but after detailing the terrace, I completely ran out of brown plates. Again! However, it's good that this is the last building and these parts will no longer be useful. At the same time, I decided to throw a ladder and cans of yellow paint on the roof of the bakery, which need to be collected throughout the game. And then we build the second half. I prepared the bare walls for wallpapering. And, having printed several stickers with the textures of wooden walls, we begin to cut and glue. On the right side is another side door with a small window and an awning, and on the left there is a lantern hanging on the wall and another tall window. The second floor is much more difficult. Having placed columns on the sides, check out how cool the balcony is with a couple of plants and an orange automatic watering system. You can get to it along the boards along the canopy, just like in the game. Door, wall with window and flashlight. Ready. Then everything follows the scheme: cut it out, glue it, install it, and the second floor with supports for the roof is ready. The roof, by the way, is unusual here, with different slopes, so the support is at different angles. But first, check out the pipe. This is my little masterpiece. You see some cracks. Thanks to them you get the effect that the white plaster has worn off and gray bricks are visible through it. Don't ask why there is such a thick layer of plaster. It's easy, you can do it here. Now let's look at the roof. It consists of 2 parts, one larger, the other smaller. Its main feature is the white frame, which dilutes the dark blue and black shades. Well, let's consolidate this matter. And we put special white things in the gap between the roofs. The bakery building itself is ready, but we need to add a fence and accessories. In the game we see a white fence that runs along the entire building. It's very tall and long, it won't suit us, it will simply block the entire bakery. I decided to do it by my way. Lower, with beautiful columns. It's much better this way. We'll put a trash can and bags in the corner, a white bench next to it, and where would we be without tables? No matter how much I would like to make white and red umbrellas, I have no idea how to make them, and I don't have the necessary parts, so, unfortunately, the mock would be without them. And finally, let's plug in a flashlight. Let's move on to the landscape. I will only show you the path that leads from the road to the bakery. Well, where would we be without the hostess? Gerda is a local baker who bakes baked goods in the town of Raven Brooks. She turned out very nice and happy. A cool apron with a chicken, red gloves, a chef's hat on his head. Cool mini figure. And now we look at the finished city, which we built for 7 whole months. I prepared a beautiful background of sky and clouds and shot some really beautiful shots, and you just enjoy. After completing the game Hello Neighbor 2, I really liked the city, its atmosphere and music. Raven Brooks is a place from a fairy tale, very bright and unique, but at the same time, curved lines, uneven contours, starting with paintings in rooms and ending with cars and houses, should somehow scare and disturb, but these curved lines, on the contrary, give zest to the game, comfort and originality. The fact that I was able to partially replicate the city from Lego is one thing, but how the developers of the game were able to come up with these houses, their architecture, and then transfer it into the game is what real art is. However, you better not imagine how much strength and patience it took me to build this city. I spent tens of thousands of parts and hundreds of hours of work. The mock is 179 centimeters long, 105 centimeters wide, and the highest point, the museum pipe, is located at a height of 68 centimeters from the main platform. I originally thought about the possibility of building the mayor and Quentin's house, but I don't have the parts and table space anymore. And to expand the mock even further, as for me, it more than met both my expectations and yours. And my personal favorite is the museum. I have never built anything cooler than it. Looking at the footage that came out, I'm sure that a great stop motion could be shot here. If you would be interested in watching it, then let's put 10,000 likes on this video and write a comment. After all, you don't often see such Lego mocks. And I don't want to dismantle the city yet. And Brick Fantasy was with you, and see you in new videos. Bye.